Audiovox Podcast. Alternative media for an alternative audience.
Today's podcast is brought to you by MIA Condo. Looking to buy or sell real estate in South Florida? MIA Condo got your back. Visit MIAcondo.com today.
Hey, yo, Epps, let these motherfuckers know.
Welcome back to the Audiovox. I'm your host, Tones, and on this episode, we got the one and only DJ Epps.
Yo, what up, baby? How's everything, Tones?
Good, man.
Good to see you, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.
How's everything been going for you, man?
I'm blessed. You know what I mean? Woke up this morning, 2 feet on the floor. Got a beautiful family.
Hell yeah.
Still relevant in this music industry. That's the most important thing that keeps the drive going. So, yeah, I'm good.
Hell yeah, it's a lot of work to stay relevant, and it's a lot of homework and just hustle.
Definitely. I mean, you know, if you don't have the hustle mentality, you're not going to make it in anything. You know what I mean? So hustling, grinding, and staying humble is one of my 3 keys of being successful, you know? And the relevant part, like I tell everybody, you know, every January 1st, I just, you know, tell myself, okay, what am I going to do different this year that I didn't do, you know, last year? So I got to just switch it up. And somebody was explaining to me on the phone today, like, you know, that's the major key. You know what I mean? That's one of the major keys, because staying relevant and switching it up all the time, it is hard. You know what I mean? Some people are just comfortable where they're at. So, you know, a lot of haters are mad at you because you still keep on doing it. You know what I mean? And they don't know how you keep on doing it. And, you know, you keep on winning. And that's definitely a key in my success, that, you know, just staying relevant and just switching it up all the time.
Yeah, man. And you've been on the hustle since way back. I remember a fun fact of this story. I don't, probably you're not going to remember, but I remember I think we went to Slip and Slide, and we had picked up some vocals, some session or something like that. We had picked it up, and then we went to a gas station. And we were in your little Tahoe with the 26s. Right. Some guy popped out, yo, Epps, with a CD. Yo. That's when I was like, yo. I felt good. I was like, yo, I feel famous too. Yeah, I'm riding shotgun here, you know? So
I kind of do remember that, you know what I mean? I think we was picking up a session from Mike Smith or something like that, a freestyle. I remember something like that. And, you know, that's just part of just moving around. But with technology these days, you know what I mean, ain't no picking up no more. It's just send the vocals over, you know what I mean, and keep it moving. But yeah, that hustle mentality always has to be in my body.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
That's why I liked also how you did, because I was literally talking about days before about telling this artist, Yayo, put your music on a USB, tape the DJ, I don't know, like, you know, try to develop a bond, but give them something every time you go out. Because if you're going out and you're going to the VIP and you're popping bottles, you're not even trying to communicate.
Yeah.
You know, you should try and hustle it. And boom, I see your post. You know, giving you a step by step. I was like, yes, this confirms, you know, and it's cool that, you know, it solidified it. I was like, look, if you didn't believe me, he said it. So they were like, oh, okay, I'll do it.
I mean, you know, and that post was coming off that, you know, situation that Wiz Khalifa ran into in his album release party, you know what I mean? And you know, as I looked at it, I kind of got mad at Wiz for putting his hand on the DJ or the MC, whoever it was.
I agree.
You know what I mean? I was just really upset about that. And I was even more upset that the next day you took a 4 to 6 hour drive to the next town and you got on the radio and you stated that you had to put your hands on the DJ, like, okay, you know, I get it. It was a mistake the first time, but if you're gonna go on the air, like, that's totally disrespecting all the DJs all around the world. Like, you didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? So, you know, when I put that post out, it was really for, you know, both parties, Wiz and the DJ. Like, you know, if you're an artist, I don't care if you're Drake or Wiz Khalifa or you're an upcoming independent artist, like, you got to roll around with your USB. You got to roll around with your music. You know what I mean? Have a manager or your rep roll around with the key on the chain, the USB on the keychain, whatever, something. But you have to have your music on you. You know what I mean? It's just a known fact to promote yourself. You got to go build yourself. You got to go network. Like,
Put in the work.
How can you not do that? Like, and on you know, on another note, on that side, like, us DJs, we do not like it when you talking to us in the middle of rocking a party and you telling us, can you pull my song up on YouTube or Spotify?
Ain't no time for that.
Like, are you, we could curse, right?
Yeah.
Are you fucking crazy? Like, come on, man. Like, really? Like, we gotta go do your management work for you? Like, no. Like, be prepared and come prepared.
Absolutely.
You know, and same thing for the DJ on Wiz's part, you know what I mean? Like, how did you not know you doing Wiz Khalifa's album release party? Like, have that album ready.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And Serato, you know, there's no excuse. Serato has a title, a button from title for it, so you can have a title account. You know, you press that button, and even if you don't have Wiz album, go to title on Serato, and it'll pull up for you.
Nice.
So, you know, no matter what, the DJ had no excuse. He should have been prepared for that. This is California. This is Wiz Khalifa album release party. Me, as DJ Epps, I would have went from the first Wiz Khalifa single, and worked your way to Black and Yellow, and all the way to his new album. I would have fucked that party up. Like, how can you not be that DJ to prepare yourself to
For the release, yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean? And not only that, make yourself look good. Not in front of just Massive, but in front of Wiz. Like, oh, my dude did his homework. I'm fucking with the nigga. You know what I mean?
Building that bond, the relationship right there.
Exactly. So that's where that post came from. But, you know, at the end of the day, all artists need to come to the party prepared and build that relationship. You know what I mean? Buy him a steak, get him a lap dance, whatever the case is. Like, build that. Yeah, you know what I mean? Take care and respect the DJs.
No, for sure. Because that's the only way you will be able to progress. And you guys are two musical artists in different ways. All right? You're spinning the music, so you have control of the audience and stuff as a DJ. You feel me? So you have the control. So you're the artist, as the Wiz is the artist, and they just could have, synced up a little bit better. But like you said, how he started acting tough and all that. And I'm a big Wiz fan. I was like, they're like, don't do that,
Yeah,
Don't act too hard for this. And I get it's your night. And it could have been the shots and all the shit he was drinking.
It had to be like,
and it's his night, I get it.
There was like a couple of incidents that led up to it. So I could see
the frustration
and finally snapped. Snapped the wrong way, but you snapped in your mind, and
that's what happens when you work out a lot.
Well, you got to understand too, like, you could book Wiz as a DJ. He DJs.
Oh shit, that's right.
So I think the DJ mentality kicked in his brain. Like, dude, like, I could do a better job than you. Like, come on. So I think that's where that kind of came from too, as well. Not just the alcohol, but all of that bundled up in one. I'm pretty sure.
Man. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about stations, because you've worked in many stations. What was the first station that gave you...
embarrassing, but yeah.
The first station that I guess you pretty much said, hold up, at least got your way in, or practice, and not practice, but, got put on from that station, because then you started moving up to where you're at right now, which is great, which we'll get to that one.
Well, I guess we could start with underground radio stations in Miami, Florida. At this time, underground radio stations was very popular, and because we could play whatever we want and so on. So, between Blaze 104.7, that was owned by my man DJ Griot, and everybody know the other radio underground station, Mix 96. Those two radio stations, playing on them was pretty fun, and a learning process of how to build your brand underground-wise in Miami, and to learn how to do radio stations. So, I started that, and then now I end up in mainstream radio. I started off at 99 Jams doing mix shows for Uncle Luke when he had his show, which was a fun factor because that's where, you know, me, Khaled, Irie, we, you know, I think Soul Syndicate too, was doing mix shows for his radio show, and, you know, we would turn the city up.
Nice.
But, you know, unfortunately, I didn't get to stick around, to be honest with you, because of, I felt like it was...
Not your vibe yet?
No. What I end up finding out, and I end up finding out many, many years later down the line, that somehow, some way, I wasn't wanted.
Okay. Your presence, you felt like you, like you
know,
said.
I was being hated on.
Okay.
And you know, they try to utilize the proper channel way to exit me out at that time and era. And like I said, I learned this many years ago, so I wasn't used to, you know, being let go because of, oh, you went to Germany.
No, yeah. Like
I gave everybody a full warning that I'm leaving out of town. Oh, you hated because I went to Europe and you're letting me go because of that? Like,
yeah, they're trying to find
when I
stuff.
fully gave everybody a full warning, you know what I mean? But whatever. So I wasn't used to that type of stuff. So after that was, what was it? I want to say it was Power 96.
Okay.
You know, no, I'm lying. It was 103.5 The Beat first. 103.5 The Beat came in when it was Clear Channel at that time. And it was a good building process because I learned from some great PDs how to develop my skills and be a great radio jock and mixer, you know. And due to the fact that that station didn't stick around, you know, me and, you know, rest in peace, Prince Marky D, we stayed on that ship till it sank. You know what I mean? So there wasn't no letting go Epps. I was just there till the end and watched it not make it. And, you know, Clear Channel, you know, didn't really stick around and turn into iHeart. So right after that, I went to Power 96. You know, this was pretty much a Pitbull era.
Okay.
You know, so it was good to learn EDM music, pop music, not just hip hop. You know what I mean? So that was a cool situation, and you know, I always loved Power. Like, they always showed me a lot of respect.
Nice.
And love, different from the hip hop side.
Okay.
The 99 Jams and 103.5.
It's a different vibe. You
Yeah.
felt more connection there.
Yeah, you know, but, you know, at the same time, 103.5 came back as iHeart and offered me something that Power didn't really give me yet. You know what I mean? Power was giving me a couple of spin jobs here and there. You know what I mean? 103.5 came back as iHeart and said, look, you know, we'll give you your own mix show Monday to Friday, 8
Nice.
o'clock. It's a decision I got to make, you know what I mean? And, you know, respectfully, the PD and Power, they understood my decision, and I went back to 103.5 The Beat and did that. Now, as I'm doing that, and this is why I say it's kind of embarrassing because, you know, me as being the biggest DJ from Miami, as everybody sees me as, to be bouncing around radio stations like that, that just tells you that these radio stations didn't really take my brand seriously. You know what I mean? And I'm still here doing and I can't even wait to go to the ending of this story because that's what shows what a real station's supposed to be. So as I go back to 103.5 The Beat and started doing this 8 o'clock thing, great run, but at the same time, you know, as every DJ is probably doing, they're walking on eggshells in every station. They got to watch their back with other DJs hating on them and so on.
Politics.
Politics, playing the same old 25 songs. You can't play no Miami records. It just gets sad and disgusting in my eyes after a while. And behind the scenes, a lot of people in Miami don't realize that, of course, my boss is a DJ. You know what I mean? And this guy was just hating on me. He was not from the crib. Mm-hmm. He was from Chicago somewhere. You know what I mean? So he came in the crib, and honestly, I felt like you was hating on me. You was throwing things, you was throwing
bad energy.
Bad energy where sometimes I probably will snap and bring back a bad energy too. And everybody knows that's not me. That's not my character unless you really push that envelope. So you have a PD that's a DJ, and he's very full of himself. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not even going to say his name. He knows who he is. He's full of himself. And now you also got a music director, which is an assistant APD. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And this guy is also a DJ. You know what I mean? And to have two DJs on your back like that doesn't work for Epps. You got to let Epps be Epps and let him do what he do, as well as Epps knows how to work around the station guideline. You know what I mean? Don't come and pull me in the office and ask me why you playing this record. Because
oh my God,
you had it on the record list. That's why I'm playing it. You know what I mean? This is why I'm playing, because you had it on the record list. What's the problem now? You're using all type of excuses to get me upset and push me out. I learned this from the legendary Fat Man Scoop. I learned this from DJ Last, because it seems like they went through it back in the days. You know what I mean? Whether, his situation at Power or Scoop's situation at Hot 97, they explained to me like, yeah, these PDs will do things to you to upset you, to push you to the limit where either they fire you or you just walk out. One thing, they're not going to fire me. I'll walk out this motherfucker before they'll fire me. So once that was happening at 103.5 The Beat, it was just like, okay, you know what? APD, you know what I mean? I could see you want my job. I could see you want my slot. Like, you want to answer to this guy. He wants to put you in a position to tell me how to do things and
control everything.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't see that this guy is using him. You know what I mean? I heard this once upon a time with a story with Red Alert and DJ Enough. Like, the same thing happened to Red Alert at Hot 97. That's why Red Alert left Hot 97, because the PD was using Enough to, you know what I mean? This was all talked about on Drink Champs with Red Alert, so I recognized that type of behavior.
So you felt a connection right there when you saw it.
It was the same exact thing. So, and that DJ from the crib, one of our friends or one of our guys out here, he doesn't realize it. But at the same time, is being done to Epps. So they was like, you know what? I forgot what situation it was. I think I sent an email in the corporate iHeart to them and not cursing, but just saying something that I felt out of my heart.
Venting.
Venting, and they felt like it was disrespectful in the corporate business. Hey, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. All right? Sorry if I'm not into corporate emails and people getting the wrong type of vibe of Epps, but I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Oh, just because of that email, we're going to take you off at 8 o'clock and we're going to put you on the weekend. No. Mm-hmm. You're going to keep your 8 o'clock and weekend vibe. I'm out the door. Like, I'm not going to be disrespected like that. I'm not a fool. I'm not a sucker. Like, you're not going to do that to me. And, the higher ups, one of them is a good friend of mine, Alex Tier, you know what I mean? Great guy. And he pulls me over and he was like, yo, Epps, how can we work this out where we keep you? I'm like, Alex, there is no working out. If those guys cannot respect me as a man, as a DJ, as a coworker, as whatever, it's not going to work out. You know what I mean? Like, the PD actually, stepped up to me at Cafe. I'll never forget this day. Stepped up to me as Cafe Iguana like he wanted to fight me.
No way.
Dude, I had to, and a bunch of Zoes in Cafe Iguana on a Saturday night, Future concert.
Oof.
Them Zoes by my side, they saw that. And I had to give him a silent signal like, it's cool, I'm good. And thank for Papa Keith for coming in between us.
No shit, like that.
Like, guys, we shouldn't be doing this. Like, doing what? Like, never in my life in Miami, Florida, I got tried like this in front of everybody in public like this by this sucker-ass PD. I'm not standing for it. It's just total disrespect. So that's why I never looked back and I said, 103.5 The Beat, I'm out of here.
No, best thing you
I'm
could have
gone.
done.
I'm gone. Like, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't come from another crib and disrespect the crib like that and disrespect somebody else. I don't care if you're a PD for iHeart.
Ego right there.
It's just pure ego.
Yep.
So I didn't allow it. I left and, I started doing more hustle in the street where I'm more respected at. And later down the line, here comes Sirius XM, Rock the Bells. Like LL, and thanks to Prince Marky D again, rest in peace. LL was, he's just started Rock the Bells radio station and he's looking for talent to take it to the next level, you know what I mean? And he brought a couple of old school cats on there, which made sense. But at the same time, he let me know that he needs somebody also fresh, young, green, but still understands the
sound of
yeah,
the station.
You know what I mean? That knows the old school music catalog as well. So he's doing these all day city, Detroit, all day city, Miami, all day city, New York, where he concentrates on that city and he'll bring in everybody from that city to either do a mix or do an interview. So he did all day city, Miami, and it was me, Luke, Khaled, Laz. You know what I mean? We all did our part, Cool and Dre. We did what we did to shine Miami on Rock the Bell Sirius XM. And he was like, yo, Epps, do an hour and a half mix. So I did it. I shut it down. And the next day, he just calls me and was like, dude, that mix was phenomenal, like incredible. I fell in love with your style and the way you carried yourself, the way you mixed, the way you talked on the mic. And you kept the party rocking. And
LL telling you this?
He's calling me. I'm sitting in my backyard watching my wife puff a blunt and, you know what I mean? And I'm listening to him and I'm like, I'm getting goosebumps, like this guy telling me this. And he was like,
a legend's calling
yeah,
you.
yeah. And that next day he calls me and he's like, I want to offer you a contract. I thought, for what? You can have your own show on Rock the Bells. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
What an opportunity. You're like,
I can't get that in my own hometown. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it takes an outsider to come grab me and put me in the right position to do the right thing at the right time. So I was like, okay, I'm with it, And we talked about different ideas and he was like, what do you think about, having your own show on Saturday night, getting people ready for the clubs and this and this and that, and not only rock old school music, but you could throw in a reggaeton song here. You could throw in a Haitian song here or a soca here.
I'll say give you some freedom.
Man, freedom is not the word, Tone. Like, also, you could play a hot new artist song. It could be a big known or it could be somebody you could play a hot new song, but just keep it that format. And sure enough, man, we started hitting it off and it's been a whole year and 6 months now.
Nice.
I He lets me do my own programming. He lets me do my own show. Like, he lets me be Epps, something that all radio station needs to let DJs do. Like, I could go to New York and I could hear Funkmaster Flex's Handcuff. I could hear that it's pre-recorded. Like, you don't want to go in there and know. I could hear that it's not authentic no more with those type of radio stations. You know what I mean? But for a year and 6 months to go by and I'm on Rock the Bells and my PD, which is, you know, Jay Hudson, Deion Summers, one of the best PDs I ever worked with in my life. For them to not call me all year round to tell me, Epps, slow down. Epps, why you playing this record? Epps.
Micromanaging everything.
Dog.
Oof.
And my show ends up becoming the #1 show on the weekend on Sirius XM.
Yeah, congrats.
Like, that's the definition of real radio. Like, you know what I mean? And I hope that everybody understands and sees what happened to me. Now I don't want to go, like somebody said, oh, 103.5, another like the PD that I was talking about before, he's not there no more. They let him go for whatever reason. So I guess another PD came in and they was like, yo, Epps, you know, you want to try to come back again? No, I don't.
You're like, hell no. I had the freedom and what I built in, right? Like, I'm pretty sure right now you have that.
Like, you know,
Once you have that control,
yeah,
you have that freedom.
You have that control, you have that freedom, you have the respect.
Very important.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And of course, I get paid more money doing one show on the weekend than I'm doing working my ass off over here in the crib. Like, no, I'm not looking back now. Only thing I would look back is 99 Jams.
Okay. Why 99 Jams?
Why? Because they were the first one to ever give me a shot. Radio-wise, mainstream radio-wise. So that's always somewhere in my heart with the crib, Miami, 99 Jams. Fine, I'm not, and they don't have to give me a full show. I'm okay with that. If you want to call me to do a guest spot, let's go. Knock that out easy. I'm good with that. But I'm not gonna go back to, and you know, there's things now saying, there's people now saying that radio stations and in markets, in different markets, they're not it no more. You possibly could be right because everybody's listening to Spotify or podcasts or
yeah.
You know
All I
mean?
listen to is XM radio. So when I heard you there, and I hadn't spoke to you in a minute, and I heard you, I was so happy. I was like, wow, this is where I like to hear Epps right now. You know, I heard you with your drops. I heard you with, you know, I heard the session on Saturday, and I was like, yo, this is awesome for you, you know? And because I listened to satellite radio, so I never listened to regular radio because nothing against commercials or nothing like that. It's just, like you said, it feels controlled. So it's like, you're going to get me hype, and then you're going to stop, or you play something. So that's why I like the whole environment on satellite radio.
Oh, man, it's a gorgeous thing. It's a gorgeous thing. And the fact that I could play a new artist sometimes whenever I want to.
That's crazy because you would have thought you can't because of the format, that's old school radio or whatever.
LL wants me to do it. Like, he wants me to play a new artist, whether it's a big, it could be Beyonce. I don't care. It could be her new, you know, song, you know what I mean? Or it could be a little trap homie from Kodak, you know what I mean? Like, I played Kodak's brand new joint with King Combe the other day, like, you know what I mean?
Nice.
Not only because it made sense, it had the Little Kim Crush on You sample, whatever, but it's a simple fact that we are still helping the culture no matter what.
Facts.
That's what LL loves. He wants to make sure the culture is staying alive. And that's why he did that Rock the Bell Festival and was so successful with it.
Talk about that. How was that?
That was so legendary. Like, it was so beautiful. And to know his story about, he didn't have the Rock the Bell Festival title to do concert. It was some other promoters that was doing it. I don't know where they were from, but I would see the Rock the Bell promoter, but you would know it's not LL.
Okay.
So last year or 2 years back, he went to court to go fight for the name.
Oh, you're right, because I've been to a Rock the Bell show and it wasn't a part of it was different artists performing and stuff.
Yeah, different promoters. So he went to court to go fight for that festival name and won.
Nice.
So what you saw this past summer was his first concert. first Rock the Bell, and for me to even be part of that first concert.
Yeah, that's legendary right there.
It was not just legendary, but it stamped and approved that I'm going to be part of a whole mess later. I have a bunch of contents that's going to come out soon. Like, I still haven't even put up all the pictures I'm posting on Instagram yet. You know what I mean? There's still more videos and pictures. And to be part of that, it was just awesome, phenomenal, legendary, and great. So, you know, and it was well put together.
Who was your favorite performance?
Oh, man. Oh, man. I told people Onyx was one of my favorite.
Onyx, okay.
Yeah, yo, they brought the energy there. Like, you know, people was just still settling in, getting in, getting comfortable. But when they got on, they set that tone like, this is going to be the show. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So Onyx shut it down. Busta, of course, shut it down. You know, Nori hasn't performed for about 4 to 6 years from my understanding, and he came and he shut it down. You know what I mean?
Him and Capone, or just him?
He brought Capone out.
Oh, nice.
He brought Capone out, and they did their legendary Capone and Noriega, Blood Money, all that stuff. You know what I mean? And it was a blast to see that. Who else? Little Kim did her thing. You know, and the fact that when I said and promoted for 3-4 months on the radio, on Sirius XM channel 43, Rock the Bells, every Saturday night at 9 p.m. and 1 o'clock in the morning, just in case you missed the first show. Sorry for the plug. But to tell the world that I'm going to bring the entire Miami, Florida up to Queens, New York, and we're going to come shut it down, we did that. Like, Ross came and shut that thing down, and New York gave us so much love.
Beautiful.
Like, it was awesome. Trina came and shut it down. You know what I mean? I even consider Nori us now because he lives here. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So when I said I was bringing the whole entire Miami, like, to even see the fan base take a flight out and go stay up in New York and get an Airbnb or a hotel just for that concert, Miami was deep in Queens, New York, and I was happy to say that I helped make that happen.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so it was legendary. Rock the Bell Festival, and it should be coming into different markets in your town soon.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, I bet. That's a festival.
He has a lot of plans for Rock the Bells. That's a great
He fought
thing.
for that name. I'm pretty sure he has a lot of plans for that shit.
Yeah. I mean, it was, you know, it was not just a festival, but the fact that he has other plans I can't really talk about, but what he had told me, what some of his management have told me, I'm like, wow, this is going to be
big.
It's not only going to be big, but it's going to be a movement, like a huge movement, and it's needed for the culture. That's what it is. It's needed for the culture because a lot of people forget where hip hop came from.
I agree.
R&B came from. You know what I mean? A lot of people is disturbed with Diddy saying that R&B is dead. He might possibly be right.
Yeah, because it's now you got rappers trying to sing, which is cool, but now I feel like more genres, or it's just music has taken a toll that it's changing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if you always go back, I'm considered old because I listen to hip hop now.
Nah, you considered wise.
So I'm like,
you're listening to the right
for
thing,
sure.
you know what I mean?
I'm gonna
Not
listen
to
to the
say
lyrics.
the trap music is not bad. The trap music is awesome.
For sure.
I love, like, you know, listening to Moneybagg Yo. I think he's one of my favorites right now, you know what I mean? And, you know, the Little
he's
Babies, the Babies, Kodak, like, you know, as a DJ, I support all of that. But at the same time, we grew up at a golden sound, you know what I mean? And we watched it go through hell.
For sure. Everybody
You know what I
trying to
mean?
get signed and deals and not this, and how to make music, going broke, coming back from this album.
And it goes deeper than that, like getting murked, getting,
Oh, yes.
you know, running into
Addicts.
situations. Yeah, addicts. Like, you know, we've seen it go through a lot. It's like you watch those artists grow, and you feel like you're a cousin of them. You know what I mean? Like, you possibly may not even know Nas, never seen Nas, But if you grew up listening to Nas, you feel like, yo, that's my bro.
For sure. Nas is my favorite rapper.
I'm pretty sure Nas is a lot of people's favorite rapper. And you know, you be hearing who's your top 5. Definitely Nas is in there.
Absolutely. Hell yeah. Nas is definitely in there.
Yeah.
No, he's a classic. I know I'm going to go now see him with the Wu-Tang in September.
That's going to be classic.
Yes.
That's going to be classic.
Hell yeah. Can't wait to see that shit. And especially now with the whole Hulu explaining more of the Wu-Tang series and more of the characters. I feel now I'm more connected with the Wu because they did a big ruckus that I didn't know. It's when I was growing up, I was just like, Wu wear is so fucking dope. I was more into the clothes. I liked the music, a couple records. And then like looking at their show, I was like, yo, they really went on a mission to get themselves out there and shit.
You know, and that's part of hip hop back in the days and us growing. Like, you know, we had the Wu wear, we had the G-Unit gear, we had the even like Adidas, Nikes, the FUBUs. Like we had that, and we backed that. But it's like, what clothing are we wearing right now? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's more, depends. It's either streetwear, more hype, or plain tees.
Plain tees.
Plain tees.
You know, and I don't mind supporting people, but it's just like, they're not there. And if they are there, they're not reaching out to be like, yo, Epps, you're doing great content. Can you slap that on your chest while you do the next interview with so-and-so? And you know me, Tone. Like,
I'm super thankful. Trust
you know
me. When
I mean?
I see you, when I was doing the Isaiah, and you see pictures with you, with 50, with
right,
everybody,
right.
I was like, yo, you
and
giving me
your
the
logo was right on my chest,
in the middle of everybody. I was like, yo, thank you. I was like so appreciated for that.
And that's the type of person I am. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I have to help out anybody that helps me, because I remember where I came from, and I circle back if I have to. And at the same time, we all, whether it's Haitians, Latinos, blacks, we got to support each other. That's what it's all about.
It is.
But there's none of that.
It isn't. I only see it, honestly, more lately on the Spanish trap. Like, more, you'll see.
The Latinos are...
like 5 people on a song.
You know what? I don't want to say there isn't that. There isn't that in our crib. There's none of that in our crib. In Miami, Florida, there is none of that. Atlanta, I roll up in Atlanta. Them boys are all... There's crews that be having beef with each other, and I notice that they still support each other. Like, the money is important before the beef, but we still got beef. Stay over there, but let's go perform and let's you know, let's go shine. Let's go build ATL up. I see that shit. Here in Miami, DJs don't want to fuck with this DJ. This DJ hates on Epps. This DJ, this rapper and this rapper don't get along. Or this rapper, they get along, but their egos cannot get together and build the city up. Now, the Latinos, forget about it, man. Like, between reggaeton and dembow and all of that, man.
They're making them hits, and they're all getting a check for some split something. They're all working together.
Exactly. And if they're in, like, another country and they can't come into the States, they finding ways to still show support and make things happen for them. Like, I went to Santo Domingo, and I seen and heard a bunch of dope rappers that cannot come to the States. But they found a way to, you know, whether it was El Foque or, you know what I mean, the radio stations down there, whether they send their music to the States to get heard, they support each other. And that's how it's always supposed to be. You know what I mean? I'm the hottest DJ in Miami, period.
Facts.
But the support system in my crib is horrible.
It is. The city's like that for some reason.
I get more support outside of Florida versus in my own city. Don't get me wrong. My city loves me. But the support system I used to have, them guys and girls, they got a little older. They got a family. They can't really go out. And I understand that. And they probably support me from, just like how you said, like, damn, I hear you and I love that. You know what I mean? I get that. But that new era generation, you know I'm the nigga to fucking break your record.
Absolutely.
It ain't gonna be the radio station in your hood. It ain't gonna be that DJ on South Beach. It ain't gonna be that DJ. It's Epps. Period. Like, you gotta come through me for me to at least get it jump started. Cause that DJ ain't gonna do it. And that's just total facts. I hate when they'll be like, who's the top 5 DJs in Miami? And they don't put my name in there.
I feel like you're even more connected with the underground more than any DJ.
All of that, Tone, like...
From the bars and beats or beats and bars.
From going club to club, from going out the country, not just state to state, but out the country. There ain't no DJs in Miami that go out the country and shuts it down. I'm going to Colombia next after I just came back from Mexico. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no other DJ's doing that from the crib. No other DJ is supporting local artists from Miami to Lauderdale to West Palm like I do. And still support other people from other states and bring their music to my crib. There ain't no other DJ doing. There's no other DJ that promote their own party 5 years straight in the worst night of the week. And I'm talking about Playhouse Monday, 5 years straight. If you're a DJ, you're supposed to have your own party. If you can't rock your own party, promote your own party, you're cool. But you ain't Epps. 5 years straight, Monday night, Playhouse, not only getting girls naked and dancing to and making them money, but also, hey, come perform on stage. Come throw some money, come perform on stage, come, you know what I mean, come rock. And still have celebrities come hang out on a Monday night.
Yeah.
No other DJ. So I be laughing when they be like, who's your 5 top DJs in Miami? My name is not on that goddamn list. Oh, you just saying that name because you support, that's your boy. I get it. But put the fucking facts out there. Who is the fucking man out there? Like EFN? Even though he don't really DJs that much, you got to give that man his fucking props for building whatever he built back in the days with CHP all the way to Drink Champs right now. Like, I hate it when big names go on his show and call him effing. Nigga, it's EFN. He ain't no goddamn vodka. It's EFN. Give that man his fucking props. Irie. From FIU to Miami Heat to, like, the man put in work. Like,
to go back to EFN, I do remember though, one time we were at the beach Memorial Day weekend passing out CDs, and he was with Garcia, the artist, and he was pushing Garcia, and we were trying to give him a demo. He just waved his hand at us, like, no. I'm like, damn, why'd you do that? So, and I get it. It could have been at that moment he was trying to cross the street at the same time, probably not to fucking get hit by a car. I get it. But I didn't get hurt, but the artist did. You feel me? Like, damn, bro, he didn't want to listen to my music, didn't take my CD or nothing. And I get it. It's like, it happens. But now at the end of the day, it's, how can I say, the artist is always going to remember how he made him feel, you know?
I can't speak for E on that.
For sure.
But it could have been the fact that, he was there for doing something for Garcia and he was not looking anywhere else. Or, I don't know, man. I don't know. But, people just tend to not realize how important it is.
To be timing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And even though Epps is busy or Epps is whatever, like, I'm not going to be like, nah, I'm okay. I don't need your stuff. That makes me look like a total dick.
No, it does. And unless you have a good way to finesse it, but still, like, you just want to always make somebody feel appreciated.
Yeah, like, yo, email it to me or whatever the case is. But
for sure.
For you to not, take somebody's music when they look up to you, man, and that hurt, homeboy, that guy's going to remember that till this day. For
sure. That's why I had to say something now, because obviously he's not going to say it. But
that's why a lot of artists, there will not be an artist. I hope there's no artist out there that will ever say, yo, Epps didn't, rejected me. You'll never catch that. Not even on my bad day. You'll never catch that because that's just totally, like I said, that's rude. That's a dickhead move. That's total being an asshole. And that's why everybody protects my name. Don't talk about Epps. I fucks with Epps. Like, you know what I mean? We need Epps. He's one of the last of the breeds out here, the last one of the real ones out here.
Definitely. I tell you this much. In the hood, when I'm shooting videos in it, they love you. So when I bring up Epps, oh, he fucks with Epps. I honestly have never heard nothing bad from you.
It's not going to happen because...
Never. Oh, I know him. Everybody just knows you. Oh, I know him. I'm like, you know him? Because I really know him. Do you know him? So everybody knows you, and it's always good. Feedback, and at least in the streets, they love you. That's facts for sure.
Hey, that's part of keeping your brand alive. And, you know, a lot of people is like, how come you're not, as big as this person or this person? How do you know? Well, just because we have a different a house or a different money bracket or something. I've been big since the 90s, like, and I'm still doing it. A lot of people is not seeing the lights of a party no more. You know what I mean? So I have a beautiful family. I'm still out there, grinding and putting that work where I'm being recognized by not just my peers, but, big name celebrities. I'm great.
Oh, hell yeah. If LL Cool J's calling you, shit.
I mean,
that's a legend in hip hop.
Yeah, I think that was just the icing on the cake of the work I've put in so many years.
The progress of
yeah, you know what I mean? Because of course I've worked with the Diddy's, the Busters, or the Jim Jones, or the Tory Lanez, or whatever. You know what I mean? No matter what, all these guys respect my brand. You know what I mean? And if they come in Miami, they hit me up. Epps, we over here. Come fuck with us. Most of the time I'll chill home because that's not me to go chill on top of couches. You know what I mean?
Oh, I get it.
And act like I'm really. It looks like a male groupie.
Okay.
That's what it really looks like. If I do go out, it's because maybe I had a long day and I just like, you know what? I don't want to hear the kids scream no more, whatever the case is.
Go out for a little bit.
Let me just step out and let me go hear what's new out there, what DJs are rocking. That's how I kind of do my homework sometimes, you know what I mean? Step out and see what moves the crowd. Because you got to do that once in a blue moon, so.
You have to see what's out there.
Yeah, definitely.
You still fuck with the Shadyville DJs, or?
Yeah, I mean, that's the family, you know what I mean? They've always been the family, but, one thing I've not tried to do anymore is join DJ crews.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Shadyville was like one of the best one that showed me mad love. But, I'm DJ Epps, and the way I took it, and with all due respect, I'm here to make your brand hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. You're branding your brand.
Like there was no, I didn't see what, all these DJ crew could or would do for Epps. You know what I mean? Like, there was no bookings. There was no, it was just.
So it's more a part of a crew.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, I just say, you know what? And somebody put it in my head, like, Epps, your name is bigger than these DJ crews. Like, try not to be with them because they obviously using you to make their shit hot, or their retreat hot, or, their DJ squad hot. But what in reality are they doing for you? And I had to sit back and realize that, you know what I mean? I would be on a Shadyville DJ call and who could not come on there not once? I'm like, that's an eye raiser, right?
Yeah,
eyebrow raiser. Like, we having these conference and the head man of Shadyville DJ's not even coming on the call, not once. Like, I didn't understand that, but I respect all of them. You know, Shadyville, core DJs, MP3 Wax, heavy hitters. I think they all built their status and their DJs to a point that it makes their brand looks good. But, you know, like I said, none of those made Epps.
Yeah.
It wasn't reciprocal. Is that the word I'm looking for? It wasn't, you know.
Yeah, they didn't feel it. You didn't see it back, the results.
Nah.
And you started fucking with like a 50 or like G Unit before or after or during Shadyville?
Before. And that's the only reason I thought, that's the only reason why I got put into Shadyville. Because it just made sense. Like, when 50 asked me to start doing his campaign down here in Miami, you know, after a while, you know, the Shadyville squad was like, yo, you just got to be part of it. And it made sense. I get it.
Yeah, because you're like the rep for out here.
Yeah, I get it. Let's do it. But it was after a while that I just realized that I'm not joining no more crews no more. I'll shout you out. I'll help you out. I'll do whatever. We could make a movie. We could work with each other, but I don't care to be, I'm with this squad DJ. Nah, man. It's DJ Epps, and that's it. Damn. Yeah.
And as far as in G Unit, obviously, I'm going to ask this with the whole Yayo situation, talking about, he said on Vlad TV something about his team running up on you or something like that. And
not his team. He was saying...
Or street team, his street team.
No, he was saying, I was his street team.
Okay,
He was saying Fat Joe's street team was running up on me.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And I'm looking at this fucking interview like, yo, why the fuck would you say something like that? One, you making me look like a fucking pussy out here. Like, stop that. That Khaled, Fat Joe, themselves will tell you that never happened. And it would never happen because that's not their character. Don't get it twisted, you know. Back in the days, you know, Fat Joe might have smacked a couple of niggas up way back in the days. But this time, this era, there was no room for that.
And you were cool with Fat Joe.
That was the whole problem. Like, I was just guilty by association. You know what I mean? You guys had problems. You know what I mean? And just because 50 offered me a truck with rims, that truck you was sitting in, it was all because of 50. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's like, you got to do guerrilla market. Like, I didn't know how to do this promoting thing for an artist. So they was like, you got a truck? I was like, no, I got a Nissan Quest. You know what I mean? You want to rap that? He was like, nah. Man, sent me a check, went and got me the Yukon truck. You know what I mean? And you know, we started doing promos for his Get Rich or Die Trying, for Mobb Deep, for Yayo, and all of that. And of course, he's in the midst of having problems with Fat Joe at that time. And 50 would never come down to Miami. So it would really be Fat Joe's territory because of Khaled, you know? Mm-hmm. So here I am doing what I'm doing as a businessman. I don't care about that beef. Cut me a check, I'm going to do my job.
For sure.
But, you know, Khaled understood, but at the same time, I could tell he didn't respect it or me, but he still fucks with me. You know what I mean?
I got you.
It's like a friend that's a cop, but you stay over there. You know what I mean?
Got you.
I get it. But it never went down to a point that we run into a street and we're about to fucking...
Yeah, run. Oh my God, something was going to happen.
Or fight all over Washington Avenue. Like, no. Hell's no. So when he made that statement, I was very upset. Like, why the fuck would you say something like that? You know what I mean? And Khaled and Fat Joe, they are my friends. Fine, we couldn't really bond at that time of era because of whatever the case was, but they are my friends. You know what I mean? How do these guys You know, and it made me look at hip hop different. Like, you know, hip hop is so fucking fake. Like, you know, it's real in a sense, but it's really fake.
Yeah, it's cloud. It's
friends are fucking fake as hell. It's the people, the friends that really disrupts my spirit. Like I know what it is now. You know what I mean? Like if Fat Joe could pull me in the back of a concert and say, yo, let me talk to you for a second. Like, even though he was having problems with 50 or whatever, let's dead whatever is happening in Miami. Like I had to, you know, he came up to me, he was like, let's go back here and talk right quick. Nah, man, let's talk right here. And like, you know what I mean? I ain't going back there with you. I don't know what y'all about to do. We're going to do this right here in front of everybody. And, you know, he was like, Epps, let's just talk. So, and we talked and he was like, yo, let's just dead whatever's happening in Miami. I'm like, dude, there's nothing that happened in Miami. Like, you know what I mean? Your little goons, which you don't have now these days, like you got rid of them for some reason. Like those little goons, they're the one that was really trying to impress you, but never ran up on me, never chased me down no street, no back alley. Y'all, you crazy? Like, come on, man. Fuck out of here. There's something called Zopound, and they're ready for me to fucking make a call anytime till this day. Like, Epps, are you okay? If they see me disruptive, maybe a bad Instagram post saying something, they recognize that shit and be like, yo, Epps, you good?
Yeah, for sure.
They call it, yo, you good? Red eyes. Yo, you good? Like, you know what I mean? I heard this. I'm good, red eyes. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. Ain't nothing. When it gets serious, trust me. And thank God I never had to make that call.
No, that's good.
So, you know, I really was bothered. And you know, I told Vlad, I'm like, yo, Vlad, you know, and maybe I shouldn't have called Vlad, but I was telling Vlad, like, you know.
So you called him?
I had him up on Instagram. We talk on Instagram, and I was like, yo, you know, why would y'all say something like that? And then he was like, yo, Yayo stands by his word. I'm like, all right, let him stand by his word. But if this would ever get put out, I'm going to let you know, Yayo, that never fucking happened. Never will. All right? Like, come on. When I say Khaled and Fat Joe are friends, how do these guys give me plaques? Before G-Unit do. I don't got no 50 plaque. I don't got no Yayo plaque. I don't got no Lloyd Banks plaque. I don't got no G-Unit album plaque. I don't got none of that shit. Them niggas never fucking appreciate it. I love them to this death because that's just the Haitian in me. I'm good. We cool. Yeah, you're humble. But I'll remember. Y'all never fucking appreciated that. Nelson, that ran that whole company for them, them guys never sent me a plaque. I don't got, you see my red wall when I do my lives, you don't see not one G-Unit plaque up there at all. You'll see a Terror Squad plaque. You'll see a Khaled plaque. Like, you know, what does that tell you? Like, I'm here in the belly of the beast while you having a problem with this other guy at that time, and I'm posting up all G-Unit in my city. You know what I mean? And they don't like that. But they gonna have to see it and respect it, regardless. Why? Because ain't no Bronx guys or out of town guys gonna tell me what I could do, how I do it in my city of Miami. That's never gonna happen. So guess what? If you're gonna, I was respectful. If you throwing a party amnesia, street team, don't disrespect them like that. Go elsewhere and go promote. That's the type of person I was. Like,
keeping it real with everybody.
Keeping it 100 and keeping it real. Don't do that. But you can't tell a Miami nigga, don't put up no G-Unit flyers here. Are you fucking crazy?
Yeah, you're gonna put more of them.
Exactly. Like, you know, my little goons would, you know, they would get a little heated that I was like, Epps, let's go handle them niggas. Nah, don't do that. They respect you no matter what, because you working. Work, little nigga. Don't worry about that. And if anybody runs up, let me know. So that never happened. Like, I was really bothered by it because once you put something on the internet, it's there forever.
Yeah.
So anybody hears this, sees this, that shit never happened. So whatever Yayo spit out on Vlad's TV never happened. What happened was Epps gave G Unit numbers when every album came out in Miami. Epps is the one that's responsible for putting the numbers, the sales numbers up for G Unit. That's what happened. But you want to go and say something negative like that? Like, kind of like lost my respect, man. Like,
And I kind of felt like it was forced because when he didn't have to even bring it up. They didn't ask him that.
It didn't look forced. It's just like, I think he was hearing wrong from other people.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think he was hearing wrong from other people or people that he that want to impress him.
Can be.
Yeah, he heard wrong. But like I said, Fat Joe, Khaled, Rich the Player, all them niggas on that side, they'll tell you straight up, we never ran up on Epps and we'll never will. Like, that's you know what I mean? We grew up with Epps. There ain't no problem. He ain't burned down my house. He ain't fucked my wife. He ain't fucking steal my money out my bank. We don't got no problems with Epps.
Yeah, some people. So on a more, I'll say positive side, what's up with the TV show? Not TV. Is it a TV show? The one with Montel?
Yeah, that was an opportunity that was presented to me, and I'm riding that wave respectfully because I thought it was great for Lifetime TV and Brand Star to choose me to be the DJ of once upon a time the greatest host of talk shows of America. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes, he went through some things. So now that he's back at it and they want to put a DJ back there and they chose me, it was an honor. Like, it was like, no brainstorm. Like, yeah, let's do it. You know what I mean?
I like how they actually let you get feedback and talk, they interact. Most DJs, they either play some music, might say one or two things, but I kind of like how, like at the end, you could be able to say your input and stuff like that. I like that.
I love that too, you know what I mean? And to see that he's back at it, doing what he does best, and, Lifetime TV is supporting him on that. I'm glad to be part of it, you know what I mean? They recently let me know I'm probably Lifetime's first DJ.
Nice.
That's on the network. So, low key, I was kind of happy and smiling about that as well.
Oh yeah, congrats.
Yeah, so, every quarter, he does a show to build his brand back up. I mean, a lot of people thought it was like an everyday thing like Wendy Williams. And, that might be a little stress coming back from what he went through, you know what I mean? So they chose to do it every quarter, and it's pretty cool. I'm very proud to be part of that. Shout out to Montel Williams and Brand Star for that, and Lifetime TV.
Hell yeah. So now, since I know you're still plugged with the underground and stuff, New Music Mondays, what's that about?
New Music Mondays, it's part of something I created coming out of the pandemic. So as when the pandemic hit, everything got shut down, including clubs. So I'm here at home,
Like,
I mean, like, what the hell am I gonna do now, And I see DJs getting on the lives, they're spinning and everything, and a lot of people in my fan base was like, yo, you should jump on the live and throw a set and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, why not? But I wanted to do it different, you know what I mean? So I'm watching, of course, The Godfather, D Nice. He was the one that, started all of that. But I'm looking at other DJs and, DJs put their equipment on their kitchen counter and
You're like, oh, fuck it.
yeah, I mean, in their bathroom, on the tub. Some put it in the back of their car and they're mixing. I thought that one was the one creative. I think it was Tony Touch that did that. He was in the back of a taxi and he put the controller and then he started DJing. I thought that was one of the best creative ones. But I said, like, how can I do this different? And somebody was like, do what you do best, like play new music from everybody. And I was like, all right. So as I'm doing my mixes, and I said, you know what? I'm going to do it every night, 5 times a night, weeknights. And I chose an hour, like, I watched everybody. Everybody would go at 8 o'clock. Everybody would go at 7 o'clock. Or when people coming out of work at 6 o'clock. But there was like nobody around 10 o'clock, I know. Not that I know of. So I said, let me do it 10 o'clock Monday to Friday. But let me not just spin, let me just every day do something different. So I said Monday I'll do New Music Mondays, play a bunch of new music from everywhere. Tuesdays I would interview celebrities, like all my friends' celebrities and whatnot. So we started bringing in, whether it was like, Jason Derulo or we producers like Pete Rock or Lil Jon, all types of celebrities. And then Wednesday I would throw down an hour mix. And Thursdays I would do Indie Thursdays where I give opportunities for all indie artists to tap in with me and my fan base, and we play your music and review it or, talk, whatever. And then Friday, Friday's turn up. So, if I'm not DJing at a club, I'll turn up that hour at 10 o'clock. So, I kind of have a set schedule all week long on my live at 10 o'clock. And I linked up with my tech guy who had recently moved back to Miami because he was in Atlanta. And, he's finding things to do and trying to fit in. And, I got him in a position where he's like my tech guy. So, he teach me about OBS.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And he taught, like, look, when you go on live here on your Instagram, now you could go live on your Twitch, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, all of that at once. And I thought that was kind of genius, you know what I mean? 'Cause now I'm all around and my numbers are growing and growing, and I'm here putting content out. And then as I'm doing this, and that's how the New Music Mondays came out, for that. But as I'm doing this too, I'm noticing, Facebook is sending me checks like, twice a month.
Nice.
It started $70, then it went up to like $120. A couple of months, shit reached up to like $1,000 sometimes.
Nice.
I'm like, where is this money coming from? Like, I'm not a computer geek. I'm not, I don't know things about, I didn't know nothing about OBS, computers. I'm not, as I'm going, I'm learning. And I'm asking my tech guy, do me a favor, look at all my Facebook posts and see, did I put some money in something that's generating money, or am I promoting something, or if somebody, you know what I mean? So he went back and looked and he can't find it. And then I ran into a friend of mine that works for Facebook. And there was like, Epps, what you're doing is what every DJ was supposed to do coming out of a pandemic. And I was like, what's that? Keep the consistency of being on the live as much or as long as you can. So they was like, we see you, we noticed that Instagram gave you badges. I didn't know that Facebook owned Instagram at the time, whatever, or they bought it, whatever. So, they gave badges to me. I didn't know what badges was till I figured it out, and I noticed everybody's sending me money through badges. I was like, yeah, every time you get money from a badge from somebody, every 15 minutes, the money just piles, it accumulates, it piles up. You know what I mean? And I'm like, and that's how the check, and when Facebook sees that by the 1st, they send you a check. Nice. And I'm like, wow. And then the reels started popping up and you're getting money through reels now. and the reels give you money on the 15th. So every time I would post content on my reel, it was just money was piling up. So that's how I'm noticing. That's how he made me realize what I was doing right without even knowing that I'm doing it.
Yeah, you're marketing correctly.
Yeah, and giving content out, and at that time, you know, the club's back open. All the DJs are gone. Like, they're not doing that shit on the live because there was either getting cut off because of copyright, or their numbers wasn't, fantasizing them or making them feel like they should be on live when they only have like 13 people on there. Like, you gotta stay consistent and grow that shit and promote your shit. And, wifey was like, she was on that first call. Why Facebook sending you money like that? That's what caught me out. I'm like, I don't know, but I'm gonna get down to the bottom of it. So when I found out and I told her what was happening, she was like, wait a minute. You know you gotta continue doing this, right?
Like, you gotta keep going.
And I was like, yeah, that's extra money that, could pay cable, light, everything,
Something.
you know what I mean?
Gas, anything.
Yeah, and I'm like, so, I had to keep the DJ Epps and Friends rolling Monday to Friday, 10 p.m., except for if I'm DJing somewhere that night I can't make it, then, my fan base understands, they know, and they see it. So that's how that came about with New Music Mondays, and me, what's the word I'm looking for? Reinventing myself at a time, a nasty time, the pandemic. You know what I mean? And like, okay, I don't even gotta leave my driveway. I could pick and choose what party I want to do when I'm making money here on my social media. And now it's even, somebody recently contacted me in the metaphor world. Metaverse world, excuse me.
Okay.
And
what, for some NFTs or something?
no, these billionaires that contact me, they watch me and they see me, I guess they ran into my situations, and they was like, we want you to come. They built a world in the metaverse.
Okay.
Right? A couple of people are doing, billionaires are doing it. Some, I went to a couple of worlds and they're cool, but the ones that I'm with, man, they built these people built a couple of buildings. These guys built a world, a serious world where there's a condo there, there's a gym fitness there, there's a couple of clubs here.
Very detailed.
They showed me this club called Level, where each level is a different genre of music.
Okay.
And, I would walk in the club and I see, the DJ booth and everything. It's not even, it's launching like in a couple of months now. They building it to a point where like there's offices and you could have a meeting with Rock Nation without even flying out to California or whatever. You could just put on the metaverse and sit in the office in that world and invite them. Like, they even sold it to me. They put a banner on top of a building saying DJ Epps coming soon, to Club Level or to this yacht party. They have a boat, they have a couple of yachts, and one of the yachts says DJ Epps Live. So that'll be another place where I'm gonna be DJing on the yacht. So, and they was like, yeah, you already got the internet thing down pat. All your tech guy gotta do is patch your turntables into the OBS or the Metaverse Oculus.
Okay.
And you'll be, they built me is it an avatar?
Yeah,
yeah. You know what I mean? They built to my look. They even put some chains on me, made me look, G'd up. And to a point where they took me to a tour to this metaverse world, like, yeah, when we ready to launch, we could have a condo for you right there. You know what I mean? You have your own apartment. You go DJ. You invite people to your apartment, whatever. And I went to other people's. I went to Ball Alert's party I saw they have one. They had a dance contest. It was cute. I thought it was dope, but it just allowed me to understand where the world is going to now.
Yeah, that Web3 is different.
Like if I'm gonna be making money at home, DJing in a metaverse, like I'm not trying to go to no strip club. I ain't trying to go to no clubs, and you know what I mean.
No, of course not. You're gonna be there at a better comfort, and it's a different. It's in
your own home. Like you don't gotta drive. Like don't get me wrong, I'll pick and choose the parties I'm gonna want to do, but I'm also gonna be careful with it. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to go to the trap. I ain't trying to go to the hood. I ain't trying to go.
Yeah, and you've done them all. I remember at one point you're like, "Yo, Tones, my goal is to get booked every day of the week." And then I just started looking at your page. I'm like, yo, hey, I think you're getting booked like twice a day, every day of the week here.
No, man. There was a point in my life I was getting booked every day. But now it's like, I don't want to get booked every day.
Yeah, you want to have a life.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it was cool back in the days with the word residency to me. Only time the word residency is cool to me if I'm in Vegas.
Okay.
That's the only time. But residency in your own hometown doesn't make sense for me because people get tired of the same drinks, same girls, same whatever, everything. You know what I mean? It gets. I seen it every era, every decade. People get tired of it, so they move on. You know what I mean? Real talk. In Miami, there ain't no more clubs here. There ain't no more clubs. It's just Live, Story, and Booby Trap.
Yep. No, definitely. You would know for sure.
Like, those are the top three that I know of. You know what I mean? I heard of Mr. Jones, but till this day, I haven't got invited to go rock Mr. Jones. Like, but that's, and that's another thing, too. These promoters have their own DJs, you know what I mean, that they prefer. Like, you know? I remember one day, somebody was trying to book me, and they was like, nah, man, Epps is played out here. Why? Just because I live a legacy since the 90s? Like, but I'm still here rocking. You know what I mean? And I'm better than your DJ, trust me.
Oh, for sure. I think that you're honestly one of the most resourceful DJs from the people you know, from the way you spin the music and stuff. And it's just, I don't know, you've always showed me love, and I've seen it just not on me. I see it to others and stuff like that. And you've always tried to put everybody together. So I feel like people just, I guess, are not seeing, the process or progress that you've got into for that.
Right.
So who do you, since you're into this, like we were talking about the underground music, who do you think in South Florida right now is somebody we should be paying attention to?
There's a lot, you know what I mean? I just think, it's hard for them because it's either their work ethics or the people that's managing them or the label that's not properly pushing them.
Okay.
But there's a lot, you know what I mean? Till this day, there's like, the Grimas, they're my team. I'll say them first. Grimas, Stitches, you know what I mean? We Them Zoes. And you got also, Mike Smith. You also got Kiddo Marv. You got, V Stuck. You got a lot of people. Ball Greasy till this day, I think he should be ahead of his game. But for some reason, it's just
management or something. Politics.
I don't know what it is, but he should be further where he at right now because he's a badass.
He is
dope.
He's talented, and he got them girls in the palm of his hands, like, you know what I mean? But for some reason, and that goes back to what we were saying in Miami, the support system is just not there. You know is it because you think Miami's more of a party city? There's just too many, I don't know, because it's true. There's no support system really it's more of a show-off system. Look what I got. Look at this.
Yeah, but it's also Miami's fault that they let all these out-of-towners come in our city and
I agree.
Run things, do things, fuck our hoes, whatever the case is. Like, how does Drake come to Miami? And was it where did he go to UM and he gave a bunch of money to some people?
Yeah.
Like, I haven't heard that from certain people that made it out here from the crib. Like, you know what I mean?
That's true.
So it's like, you know, where's Miami's head when it comes to that? So that's why I like to think outside the box and just do things outside of Miami, because that's what keeps my name alive. From here to Europe, to Asia, to the Middle East, to South America, like they you know, they love my style. They love how I DJ, and they love how I keep it humble.
So what's next for Epps?
You know, it's hard to say what's next for Epps, man. I just go with the flow when it comes to the music industry. Like, one thing I can say is that you know, I didn't care as much to put out music anymore, but somebody made me realize that, Epps, the records that you did put out were dope, but you didn't have the support system that you have now. Like, put your shit on TikTok. Put all of them on TikTok, on every type of social media, and just let it go and let something hit back. Whether it's a network, a movie, might be like, listen, we like this song and we think it fits for this section for our movie. Like, something may hit somewhere. This is how it's going to go. Versus you trying to, you know, guerrilla market yourself in your own city to you know what I mean? And you don't have that radio station backing like Khaled had with 99 Jams, or, you know what I mean? Or you know, certain artists even, you know what I mean? They didn't have that type of backing with the label. So it's really hard when now you're independent, DistroKid and TuneCore and all these type of social medias and stuff like that is out there. So, you know, maybe you should just throw the music out. Even the old songs you got, revamp them, put them out. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you know what? That's I think that's a good idea, and
I agree.
I shouldn't ignore it, you know? So I think I'm going to go ahead and start back that, and also continue my beats and bars, because everybody said they were big fans of that. We was 23 episodes, so I guess, you know, we'll just run some more, especially if I'm meeting new artists too. You know what I mean? There's a lot of talented artists, and even old school artists. They love the fact that I brought them to beats and bars and to be part of that and make a movie. So, you know, the TV thing, definitely want to try to get placements with certain scripts. They trying to push me to do some scripts now, and getting ready to do some acting schools. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do that, and once again, just put more music out there, and learn more technology as we go, because
that keeps advancing.
Yeah, definitely, and hopefully have a podcast of my own soon. You know what I mean? Take it off the Instagram and build my own podcast. And
I got you. I can help you with that.
Yeah, that's not a problem with that. I'm with that.
For sure.
I'm with that. And with that being said, man, everybody just hit me up at DJ Epps, everything. You know what I mean? You can check out the website, djepps.com, and check me out on my gram, Monday to Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern, at DJ Epps. And yeah, man, just hit me up, man.
Well, I appreciate everything for making time. I know you're a busy person.
Oh, man, thank you for having me, man. And anytime I sit back and catch up with an old friend, I feel like, you know, it's therapeutic for me. Like, it's, you know.
Likewise.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You know, you get to talk, you know, talk it out. You know, there's some things that, you know, I never got to express to anybody, but, you know, sometimes you got to let it out. I think I said it on a post the other day that I heard Jay-Z said the other day, that you know, in order to heal, you must reveal. You know what I mean? True. Just let things out.
Yeah, that's how you get it out. And
yeah,
then you just don't have to worry about it as much anymore. It's like, fuck it.
Yeah, definitely, man. So thank you, Tone. I really appreciate this.
I appreciate
and
you.
You know what it is, family, man. Anytime,
Thank you, man.
anytime.
For sure, man.
No doubt.
Audiovox. Please like and subscribe.